Chris from Heelz to Faces.
This is Brian with Heelz to Faces.
And we're going to be doing a quick show real quick about the what we think is going to win at Battleground, some predictions. And the first match is the kickoff match between Dolph Ziggler and Damien Sandow.
Kind of a thrown together match, in my opinion, but I think old Ziggler's going to pull this one out just because Sandow's already got the briefcase. Usually when you get the briefcase, you're going to lose a bunch. So.
Yeah, you're going to be jogging for a while.
Yeah.
I think the same way. I think that Ziggler's going to win. He keeps picking up pay-per-view wins and keeps losing on the show. So, he keeps losing on Raw and SmackDown. So, he's about to lose in like 30 minutes to Alberto Del Rio clean. So that's awesome. It's great.
Clean, yeah.
But yeah, so I'm picking Ziggler as well for that. The first listed match on the card on WWE.com has Divas Champion AJ Lee versus Brie Bella. So this kind of we don't really do predictions for Divas matches. This is kind of important, I think, going into the main event.
That's what I was thinking too. Well, something I just discussed a minute ago. I think what WWE might try to do, since this whole engagement thing with Daniel Bryan and Brie has kind of gotten more outside of the WWE with TMZ and all that. Usually when something happens, for instance, Darren Young got a big push when he came out. After Orton's divorce, obviously he got a huge push, even though he didn't need one. And so I think what they might try to do, and this is my prediction, is have Brie take the belt from AJ, and then hopefully have Daniel Bryan take the belt, and that could be a power couple for at least a few weeks.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I think that I'm going to go with AJ to win. I hope you're right. I hope that's what happens. But I think that's going to have something to do with the main event. One of those two are going to have something to do with it in a small matter, I think. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe you could be right. That'd be something to see. Next up is the Intercontinental Championship match with R-Truth and Curtis Axel. I'm going to go with Axel here. I think that the Intercontinental title is in serious dilemma, though, because they're not... It just gotten kind of like, feels like it's bland. When he first won it, you were like, yes. And then now it just kind of like gotten stagnant. So I'm going to take Axel to win, to retain. And hopefully they get some kind of big thing with that happening soon.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, for as stagnant as that belt is right now, at least the only person I want to see it at that level is Curtis.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no urge.
I would just like to see some high-level opponents, like, you had RVD going up against Ambrose, who really didn't need it. Rob Van Dam versus Axel, and that's, that'd be cool. But anyways, tomato. So I'm taking Axel, you taking Axel too?
Yeah.
The next match scheduled is Cody Rhodes and Goldust versus WWE Tag Team Champions Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. And for the record, this is not for the tag team titles. According to this, it is for if Cody and Goldust win, they have their jobs back, and their dad gets to keep their job. If they lose, Dusty Rhodes and all of them lose their jobs, and they stay unemployed forever. Oof.
That's a hard one to pick. I'm a huge Shield fan. I think we both are.
Yeah.
I mean, they're one of the hottest things in the wrestling right now, and it's just... I really don't know how they would make this match. Because, I mean, there's always another storyline you can add if the Rhodes family loses. But I feel where it's a non-title match, I feel like they may let the Rhodes win on this one.
Yeah, I feel the same way, sadly. I think it's cool because it's got like an element to it with Goldust and Cody, which I think would be a cool tag team. I mean, I hate to see Cody get thrown in another tag team, but it is what it is. But
I thought they were going to do something on Raw when they were like announcing the match. But I thought they were going to have the brothers face each other.
Yeah.
And whoever won was going to get the job back.
They could do something like that. That could be a good point. Yeah. They could have the Shield win, and then the next night be like, hey, you two wrestle each other, and whoever wins keeps their job. I think that the Rhodes family is going to win that match too, and keep their job and get jobs somewhat. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I'm going to go with the Rhodes family though. Next up is the World Heavyweight Championship match between Alberto Del Rio, Rob Van Dam, and this is called Battleground. hardcore rules.
So basically, it's just a no disqualification.
Basically.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Del Rio in this. I think that Rodriguez screws Van Dam over. And supposedly RVD is getting written off TV for a while, so I think Del Rio wins and Rodriguez screws him over, or Van Dam wins and cash in from Sandow.
Yeah, that's what I was actually about to say. Because I'm tired. We're all tired of Del Rio. But I did remember you telling me a while back that Rob Van Dam was coming off of TV. So I think that's what they might try to. They'll probably try to do right there with Damien Sandow. Not sure how it's going to work afterwards. With a heel going after a heel, but I'm gonna go with the RVD win and then Sandow cash in.
Yeah. Next up is CM Punk versus Ryback. This is tricky, man.
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, it's so hard to pick. You think about the history between the two. Punk's always gotten away from it, even when Ryback was on that super face push.
Yeah, but remember, WWE doesn't think that their fans remember past like 2 months.
That's true.
So technically, they've never wrestled according to WWE.
Yeah.
It's tricky. Two things in this match. First of all, if anybody gets on wrestling websites, you know the news that came out with that it could be Ryback versus Taker at WrestleMania this year, which is shit. Nobody wants to see that. So if that's the case, then I think that Ryback wins. I think that he has to get a big win. And I almost think he has to do it clean. He won't, but I think that it would have to be almost like Brock at SummerSlam, where it wasn't clean, but it was. It was just, that little bit of interference. I'm going to go with Ryback. I think Ryback takes this one due to outside interference from Heyman, although I hope Punk wins and this whole shit ends, but Hell in a Cell is next pay-per-view. So
I'm going to go with Punk, just on the simple fact that he's definitely getting disgruntled, obviously, and he hasn't won a pay-per-view match since Payback.
Yep.
So I'd like
to stat.
Yeah, I'd like to see him pick up one there. And I'm sorry, I've never been a Ryback fan, even when he was at the top of his game, and they didn't kill him.
I liked Ryback. I thought he was cool, but with one of those kind of things is you're a good guy. They're kind of chanting Goldberg at you. Then you kind of have the feed me more thing to shut him up. And then you go, I'm going to turn completely heel. Now you don't do the feed me more. So now when Goldberg chants happen, it's just deafening. There is no stopping and feed me more. So I don't know what they were thinking with that. He's been squashed to death. Not squashed. He's just been poorly managed and misused. So
yeah, I agree.
I don't even know if him beating Punk would do anything really at this point. But we'll see what happens Sunday. I hope that they turn it around with Ryback. I thought he had a lot of potential. Next up is the main event for the, what's the word he was using? Whatever. It's the main event for the WWE Championship between
the vacant title.
The vacant. He was using a different word, but Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton. Another tricky match.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I really don't know.
I have zero faith in WWE booking. They have no clue what they're doing, so I'm going to take Orton. Because they have no clue what the fans want, and it's just going to be more of the same old shit, so I'm taking Orton.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with what I said earlier when we talked about the Divas match, and go off of Brie winning and Daniel winning, riding high for 2 or 3 weeks. Hell in the Cell, boom, Daniel's not champion anymore. But, sucks, but I think that's probably a good possibility.
I just don't understand why they couldn't have had Daniel Bryan keep the belt and then lose it whenever, whatever, it's just, this sucks. This is terrible booking. I don't think that anybody finds this at all intriguing. I mean, the feeling after SummerSlam was cool because you're like, man, I can't wait to watch Raw. And then it was just the exact same thing every week.
Yep.
Really played out.
Something else is bothering me about this pay-per-view. The Wyatt family. I mean,
are they on vacation?
They're on TV every now and then. They get these small little promos. Unless they have a match, they don't have a promo with a match. I feel like something big needs to happen because something I would like to see is them interfere in some way in this pay-per-view. Because honestly, this pay-per-view is not that good. And I think some kind of big event with the Wyatt family coming out, messing with one of the championship matches maybe, and kind of getting a little bit more pull and storylines. because their promos are awesome. You think something big's about to pop
10-minute mark, you gotta be quiet. The 10-10.
10-10?
Yeah.
10-10.
I don't know if you upload it now.
10-10. Yeah, that'd be good. But anyways, the Wyatt family needs something to do because they keep doing these big promos, all these badass promos that you want to see something happen with. They keep saying that something's about to happen, but yet they're in these little squash matches and there's no storylines with them.
No.
And
let me say this. I like the Wyatt family, but I'm more passionate about the Daniel Bryan thing. It as a wrestling fan, there's been 2 times in my adult life that I can remember being this excited. Was when CM Punk cut the promo in 2011, and then the big push this year of Bryan. And I've had certain people tell me, not the push, but the big momentum. Everybody telling me he's getting a huge push. I mean, if your idea of a huge push is being in main events, then yes. That's not what I consider a huge push. The reason that fans hate Cena so much is because Cena doesn't ever have to go through the shit that everybody that we like has to go through.
Yeah.
You know, Cena's very rarely had those kind of like screwed over moments, whereas like Taker, Daniel Bryan, and all those guys have it nonstop. You just kind of force-fed force-fed Cena all the time. And it's not that, you know, I hate Orton, because I don't. I just like Daniel Bryan. I thought that SummerSlam was awesome, and it had a really good feel to it at the end, and it was just a breath of fresh air, in my opinion. And then here we are in October, and with the belts went back and forth twice, and it's almost like we're back in, you know, like 04 and 03, and, you know, when belts were just getting thrown around because they didn't know what to do with them. I mean, you're going to tell me you can give The Miz a 3 or 4 month run with the belt, and you don't have faith in Daniel Bryan?
Yeah,
nobody liked The Miz.
That's a joke.
You keep pushing Del Rio, and nobody likes him either. I mean, there's a difference in having, like, heat when you're a heel, and then there's a difference in just being, like, having no thought of. When Del Rio comes out, I have no emotion. It's just bathroom time.
No.
Not to say he's not a great performer, but when he comes out, it's just nothing. It doesn't do anything for me. It's like when Cena comes out, I hate him.
Yeah.
I physically hate him. It makes me almost sick, but it's a reaction. When Del Rio comes out, it's just like a, you know, like you ate a bad Oreo or something, which I've ate lots of, as you can tell. But it's just, what I'm saying is like all these people on here that have like messages and stuff, negative. I don't want to be negative. If Daniel Bryan wins the belt Sunday at the pay-per-view, cleanly, Raw comes and he has it for 2 nights, I will apologize for everything I said. I just wanted him to have that one, just 1 or 2 nights with the belt where he's had it, and I honestly don't think they're going to give it to him. You know, everybody was like, "Why are you so mad about this?" Well, go back to Ziggler. We were bummed out. We were like, "Oh," everybody's like, "He'll get it back." Well, here we are in October, and he's in the fucking he's in the opening kickoff show. Yeah. So, no, don't tell me WWE knows what they're doing, because they don't. You mean to tell me they feel more secure in putting their belt on Randy Orton, talented, great athlete, who's got 2 strikes against him, against a guy who, like Daniel Bryan, who is as hot as anybody I've ever seen. And we're talking like Austin level. He's gotten huge. You know, huge. Even like CM Punk bigger than that happening. Everybody that, you know, when we go to live events, when Cena was headlining, they talk about all this money he draws, there'd be nobody in the crowd. He'd have 2,000 people in a 20,000 seat arena. We went to the last one they had
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. And then, you know, there are some fans that don't like Daniel Bryan. That's fine. But it was like 95-5. And the fans that did. When he came out, and we live in Kentucky, where the worst wrestling fans ever live. You know, it's awful. But no common sense. And no, we're not dating our sisters. But
we wear shoes.
Yeah, and it was cool to see that these fans had, you know, enough sense to realize what they were witnessing was special, and that it was not John Cena, and it didn't have to be, you can't see me. It was just cool. But, yeah, sorry about that rant. I just wanted to get that out. We didn't do a SummerSlam video, so I've had that in for a long time.
Yeah, I got lost.
Yeah.
But, I mean, anything else? You want to add anything else to this pay-per-view prediction?
No.
Yeah, I think I'm about out.
Unless something catastrophic happens,
it's gonna be pretty stagnant.
I doubt very much we'll do a review. Keep in mind this is a mid-October pay-per-view, so it's gonna. Yeah. But we'll see. We could be wrong. I guess the next time we'll be on here, I'll be doing a review of the Phenom Edition WWE 2K14, and maybe we'll see if you guys have it or getting it. And we'll get like our gamer tags out and we can all play or something. So
Sounds good.
keep your eyes open on that, guys, and we thank you for watching.
Hey guys, a lot of feedback here lately. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Means has been doing a really good job covering all these videos he's been putting up. Appreciate the feedback. Any feedback's good. If you got any suggestions for us, please let us know right away.
Yep.
Thanks,
Thanks, guys.